This might be as low as I get for this season.
Already?
Oh, yeah.
After just 5 games?
But I didn't say the maddest. I said the lowest. Might be the lowest. Because I don't know if there's no faith now, and there's very little hope, if any, for the future. I mean, yeah, there's like some good players, but when it comes like the most important position, it's like whatever. I watch on Saturdays, I watch on Sundays. I see the league, I see college football, and I'm going, well, we've certainly set ourselves up nicely for all this. So I used to be able to go, well, you know, they're good guys and they're trying to do it, and then I got, well, you run the ball twice, and then you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and long and try to go long for Isaiah Bond. Okay. I would have tried to make it a little bit easier. If you were going to throw, then go ahead and throw the damn ball. But you decide to run twice. You take away two timeouts. It's, what is it, 3rd and 11 at that time? It's 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11 at that time. You got to play the odds and go, okay, what's our chances of throwing to Jerry Jeudy, who you might as well put boxing gloves on his hands. Maybe he'd have a better chance at it right now. Or Isaiah Bond, or a cavalcade of guys that really we shouldn't even be talking about, because we don't know how to draft wide receivers. We don't know how to trade for them anymore. I think we're about 1 game away from a meltdown from Jerry Jeudy, considering the post game. We'll get that in later. So you decide on 3rd and 11 that you're going to throw it. Okay. See, I would agree with you, because I was at a bar patio in Vermilion with a bunch of Browns fans who just wanted to get a first down and get rolling and hopefully put this game away. See, I'm a fan, though. And if I'm watching critically, well, now we're in a timeout. We're in a timeout mode here. We're just trying to take away timeouts. So now, because I failed on 1st and 2nd down, now my game plan has to change on 3rd down. He decided to throw. It was an incomplete, errant pass, and then what happened happened.
I don't even know what the pass was. What was the?
Who knows,
Anthony? You said errant pass. You know, the thing is, like, you see so many times in football, like all these teams, they do so much work, like in the red zone. So that's why you'll see guys flash with certain little rubs down by the goal line. And yesterday, I'm watching all these other games. Basically, every team in the league thinks that if they, for a 3rd or 4th and 3 or 4, like they all think they have a pet play that will work 90% of the time, as long as just something stupid doesn't happen.
We got dialed up for 3rd and 11.
But that's the problem. They had their 2 worst runs of the game were on 1st and 2nd down. So it puts you in that horrible, horrible spot. What play do you have for 3rd and 11 that you're that confident? What could it possibly be?
With Dylan Gabriel, with a rookie,
With Jerry Jeudy, and who's your other wide receiver? Isaiah Bond?
Yeah.
Is he still celebrating while you guys are trying to get lined up? Is he still trying to show everybody that he got a first down?
The play is, and why I'm trying. See, now I'm getting mad. I'm not mad at you.
That was weird.
I'm not mad at you. You're taking me there already. I've been back for 5 minutes. You're taking me to where you want me to go. I know what you're doing here. Because I'm about to... I mean, it's about to happen. Because in no way does that make sense. Because if you're throwing for the first down on 3rd and 11 to try to really get it to him, well, that's a big boy throw that you have to make. Do you have that much confidence in Dylan Gabriel? What would tell you have that much confidence in Dylan Gabriel? No offense to him.
Not the play calling for 3 hours.
So
that didn't show me any confidence.
So you were conservative for 3 hours up until then, and now we're going to let her rip. Well, because you're desperate. That's what it was. It's desperation. And in no way have you ever shown in your entire career that you're desperate. So it's nonsensical. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't compute with what you've done earlier in the game. And frankly, it doesn't compute with what you've done earlier in your career. I'm talking about Kevin here, obviously. I hope everybody's clear on this. So now it's where I don't have, because think about how this game played out. Your offensive line situation, you have KT Levinson and Cam Robinson who can't go out there without committing a penalty. They can't get lined up right.
I think
they can't go out there without committing a penalty.
I think their strategy before the game was we were going to hold on every play, every running play, and dare them to call it. And a lot of the day they didn't.
Maybe it would have worked.
The 4 times they did.
So, because Quinshon Judkins should have had, 220 yards on the ground instead of... We finally got a... Yeah. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, there is a moral victory to this. We finally got a running back over 100 yards in the game.
Huge.
We finally,
been way
the
more.
ghost of Nick Chubb no longer exists now for this offense. We can't get over 20 points. That's just asking too much. It's against the law. But I'm telling you, we finally got a guy over 100 yards. He should have been over 200 yards, but you see, we can't block without holding because we have two left tackles that aren't very good. They even add up to a third of a left tackle, and the guy that they're replacing was moved over from right tackle because you drafted a guy number 10 overall who can't play the position and frankly didn't even want to play the position. And whose fault is that? See, there's a cause and effect to everything. I can't just say it's a bad Sunday. There's a cause and effect to all of this. There's something that leads in years ago to bring you to this moment in London on a Sunday morning. See, that's why I'm getting upset. That's why I'm getting, frankly, very agitated about this. So I can't trust that guy who's, I know the rookie class looks great. Too little, too late in so many words. Okay, fine. And then my play caller, my head coach, the two-time coach of the year, 3rd and 11. I would trust Josh Allen on 3rd and 11. I would trust Patrick. Go down the list. Go down the list of QBs until you get to Dylan Gabriel. Go down the list. I would trust him maybe more than any other quarterback on the Browns. You know what? I might bring in Joe Flacco to complete that pass.
Even the fans of those teams are not assuming they're making 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11 is not we're going to get this.
Exactly.
So when the Browns dropped him back, I was like, what are they? Are they lining up to try to draw him off sides? When they actually started running the play, I said, well, this has almost a 0.01% chance of working. How was this what they dialed up?
It's absolute madness.
Like, that's the stuff stupid teams do.
So they would have had one timeout.
Yes.
And we have it's stupid.
We have said 1,000 things.
It's not smart.
About, when the Browns have had this roller coaster with Stefanski, the up, then the down, then the up, then the up, the down. Okay, we've had this roller coaster. I know fans always want to call the coaching stupid, whatever. Me and you have never called what they've done stupid.
No.
Because there's always been a method to their madness. That was just stupid, right? Like, can't we all agree?
Did he explain it in the post game? Was there a method to the madness? Was there any explanation other than, we had to get the first down and we believed in Dylan to throw it?
I was hoping he said maybe they didn't get the signal in. It's a rookie quarterback. Maybe he accidentally changed the play at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Stefanski 07. I'm sorry there, on. I didn't mean to put you in a bad spot. Well, here's Big Kev on the matter.
Yeah, I mean, you factor all those things in on all downs. You consider what to do there, but ultimately we expect. Listen, we got to come through bottom line in that down and distance or in that situation, those sets of sticks, and we did not.
But the 3rd and 11, no, you don't have to come up with that because you're probably not getting that. Like, that's just that the odds of that
need to come up with
are
that.
just so small.
Play it again.
Nobody thought you'd ever get that.
Can I hear it again? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you factor all those things in on all downs. You consider what to do there, but ultimately we expect. Listen, we got to come through bottom line in that down and distance or in that situation, those sets of sticks, and we did not.
That's Pat.
I kind of heard that multiple times yesterday.
That's just Pat.
Yeah, another one where he talked about running it or throwing it. It was a straight callback to the Shermer years.
One hand, and you know how I love to say this term, one hand washes the other. I could sit there and go, well, he doesn't have the players. Well, if you don't have the players, you better find the game plan that's going to do it. And 3rd and 11 with Dylan Gabriel ain't going to do it. So
it's also been,
I can't defend you, brother.
Part of it is, Kenny,
ain't going to happen.
I thought about that a couple of weeks ago. I'm saying, well, their offensive line is in shambles. Their quarterback situation was bleak. They got a 40-year-old or an overdrafted 3rd rounder who we have some questions about. We'll get to Dylan Gabriel. I mean, there are a lot of thoughts. Whatever. All right.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. I'll give you more than that. Yeah. I'll give you more than that.
I just say that because I didn't expect that from you. So I kind of can't wait to get to that conversation.
I can give it to you right now.
No. I want to wait.
I got KT Levinson, who I always want. I keep getting the name wrong because I want to call him every other name because I've never heard of this person. It feels like a creative player.
But so I was saying that not only did you have the 40-year-old quarterback for this week, you had the offensive line, you had maybe the worst wide receiver room, in the NFL. You had all those things kind of working against Stefanski. And then, this week I'm like, they have had 6 years for your head coach to probably have some say over personnel. Whenever you're a head coach, and they do say they're thought partners on everything. So, I mean, at some point, yeah, you gotta blame everybody.
Remember, that's their word, not ours.
Yeah, you got to blame everybody.
Remember, that's their word, not ours.
Yeah, you got to blame everybody, including the coach, for the guys that are out there. Because obviously, Kevin Stefanski, it's not, if he had a problem with them, making a significant investment in Jerry Jeudy and having him be the wide receiver, like, I'm assuming at some level Stefanski signed off on it. And all these guys and everybody kind of in the lead up to after the draft, but the lead up to camp and everything, they're like, yeah, Stefanski really wanted Dillon Gabriel. All right, well, you really wanted Dillon Gabriel, but you're not going to allow him to throw the ball further than 15 yards down the field.
If you're going to be ultra-conservative...
See, I obviously don't think he's that good.
Then you go down and be ultra-conservative. You don't just sit there and do third and... throw it, whip it around on 3rd and 11. Because now, again, you're in a timeout. You're in a timeout mode. You're just trying to take away the timeouts from the other team. Because instead of 1, they would have had with the 2-minute warning, well, you gave them 2, and it didn't matter. I mean, they went down the field on you. I guess we could try to blame the defense. I think that would be a fat thing to do. But fine, if you want to try to do that to make yourself feel better, you go right on ahead. But there's really nothing that makes us feel better. There's really nothing. Like, yeah, okay, there's some good... Every team has good players. Every team has some good players. The Dolphins have some good players. I guarantee you the Jets have some good young players that some of the Jets fans are excited about. I guarantee you. Every football team has a couple of good young players on their team. It's the NFL. They all have a few. We had a Hall of Famer play for our football team for 10 straight years, and he had 20 quarterbacks because, boy, they can't stop talking about the 20 quarterbacks that he had to protect. He was a Hall of Famer. He was a really good player during a terrible, terrible, terrible time in Browns history. And here we are again in a terrible time in Browns history. Meanwhile, I want to show everybody what it is right now. I got people on the line who just want to talk about their game in London experience. That's where the fans are at right now. 1-4. There is no faith. There's no excitement. And they just want to talk about vacation. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. So all of you guys who sit there and say that you guys just hope that the Guardians don't do well so you guys could sit there and talk football, I'd much rather talk about games that matter than how somebody did on their vacation. I'd much rather talk about that. No offense to the people who went, but my God in heaven, that's where we're at. That's where we're at on this. So good. Congratulations. And the hell we've created here, that's what we have. Where I can't even... Like, what do you want me to really say about Dillon Gabriel over the next 3.5 hours? Well, he was composed. Great. You know how he conducted himself? He conducted himself how a career backup should conduct himself, where you just hope that you're able to hold down the fort until the regular starter comes back. The problem is, we don't have a regular starter that comes back. Well, we do, but nobody wants to see him. So nobody wants that to happen. So here we have to hope that Dillon Gabriel, a guy who is certainly limited, a guy who's smart enough to probably be a coach in the NFL someday, has to go out there and conduct an offense, and we just little bit. And we have to hope that Quinshon Judkins is able to carry us into the end zone, and we don't have a holding call on it. Because we got 2 guys there who are, again, replacing another guy who had to replace another guy who just didn't want to play the game. Didn't want to do it. God bless them. And who picked them? So if they're thought partners, then they're all in this together. They're all in this together, and there's blame on everybody, including Kevin. I cannot stick my head in the sand any longer on it. 3rd and 11. It was right there, crystallized for everybody. 3rd and 11, you did a freak-out move. That's what people do when they play Madden. With a quarterback that I could go, good God, I mean, good, in your head as you go out to the car this morning, think of the QBs you would honestly pick before Dillon Gabriel to complete 3rd and 11, that you have to get the first down so you can get the extra timeout and then get it to the 2-minute warning and start the process all over again.
Unfortunately, do I have to say Carson Wentz is one of those guys?
There was a time. Yeah,
it was yesterday. It was an 80-yard drive. It was yesterday. That was the time against the dominant defense. It was yesterday.
Had 3 offensive linemen down. Minnesota did. Ugh. And, I mean, you held them to 14 until the last drive. You held them to 14. And then there's always, the problem is with former number 1 overall picks, there's number 2 overall pick? Number 2 overall pick, yeah. There's always still a little bit magic in there somewhere. And damn it, he found it. And here we are. So it was up to your defense to bail out the team again. And it was also to the defense to bail out the head coach. See, that I think is what might be going through the heads of some of these guys on defense. That's why when people say, well, don't even worry about this year. You wait until next year. I wonder what the guys on defense were thinking on their way back. Not only you got to bail out the offense. All right, we're used to that. Now I got to bail out the head coach for a decision he made. Now I got to bail him out. I mean, there's only so many times you bail somebody out of a bad situation before you finally go, what the hell? We do it in life. I mean, there's been plenty of time. Everybody has an idiot son who you go, you know what, Billy, enough's enough. I can't keep bailing you out of these problems. And here we are. Other than that, did you have a good time?
I felt like it was the right thing to do.
I'm thinking about getting a buzzard out, but I don't want to get sued.
Oh, it's copyright.
Because it's starting to sound like him. Oh, now he does sound like him. There's no start, and now he does. When you don't have an explanation for what you do, you say things that just try to get you through the answer. And that's what he did, because there's no explanation for it.
Yeah, I got a text from somebody that covers the team that was there in London. Process of elimination. Somebody texted me and said they should just go ahead and skip the press conferences from here on out and just let them get on the plane. Since we're not exactly getting anything out of these.
I mean, we can't even have a rubber match over in London against the Vikings. They win the series 2-1. 2-0. Yeah. They win it. You can't have a third.
I don't know if America wants a third.
I don't know if London wants a third.
Oh, come on. They should be happy to have the football.
Oh, they'll have football. They're going to have football there.
Yeah,
do they want to see two teams not score points for a whole game until the end when the Vikings
Buddy, I've been doing it for 38 years, and they can start their way on it. Yeah. They can go ahead and do it.
Well, buddy, I've been doing it for more than those
you're
years.
A Chiefs fan. You've seen plenty of teams put up some points. I don't want to hear that.
Would you like to talk about our 2000s? Would you like to talk about the coach right before Andy Reid?
No, I don't.
And what happened in the parking lot?
I don't want to talk about that one. No, we're going to move on from that one. All right, Alvis. Speaking of coaches, Alvis in Cleveland. Hello.
Hey, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you, Alvis. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. I think, Kevin Stefanski needs to go. I'm just, I never pray for nobody to lose their job, but enough is enough, man. I mean, because he was a bad management with that clock yesterday. I don't know why he didn't take the 10-second runoff. Why he didn't put pressure on the other team to hurry up, to snap the ball, to spike it, or whatever. As far as Dylan Gabriel, he played a little conservative game. I guess, he got to play what the coach want him to. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to say he's not the answer because I don't know. But this offense, the offense needs to change. Jerry Jeudy, I don't know why he keeps dropping these balls. These balls are coming in his hand. Like this whole offense is just stagnant. It's boring. You know what I'm saying? And then you can tell that the players are starting to lose confidence. Kevin Stefanski is about to lose his locker room. And once he loses his locker room, if he's not about to lose it real soon, but once he loses his locker room, it's going to get tight for him. Thanks for my call.
It's such a long, Alvis, thank you for the call. It's such a long flight back, and there's just so much to think about because now you're 1-4. The season's lost. Or are we saying the same thing about the Ravens, by the way? Is their season lost at 1-4?
I don't think so.
Okay, then well,
but because I have faith in the players that are injured, if they actually come back and play, and I look at their schedule, like no, I know America is probably out on the Ravens just because it's been so bad. They've been in national television almost every game. But
I thought you were going to say yes, and I go, well, it's damn sure over for us then.
Yeah. Well, but that's the difference. I don't have we have some exciting rookies, but those rookies aren't going to carry you, to some big second half run.
They aren't an MVP quarterback that can change things in a division that still seems wide open.
So it's damn sure over for us. So you fly back, and again, I just think about what does Myles Garrett think? And I mean, hey, you took your paycheck, you know what comes with it, fine. But you got a lot of guys on that defense that are good. You got young guys on that defense that are good. And it's going to be harder and harder because it's one thing to sit there and have to bail out guys on offense. But I look at 3rd and 11, I go, good God almighty, why do you do something like that after what you did on 1st and 2nd down? Why do you try to do something like that after what you did the entire game? Why? I want an answer. I didn't get a good one. Well, you got to come up with that. No kidding. No kidding, you got to come up with that. And I want to say something else, but I can't. I'll get dumped. No kidding, you got to come up with it.
So I didn't have as big of an issue with the usage of timeouts. I know everybody on the postgame shows, everybody was very critical of his usage of timeouts yesterday. I actually understood the thought because He's not thinking in a million years that Carson Wentz is going to go 80 full yards in a total masterclass. He doesn't
know his own football team.
Like
that's even a bigger problem.
Well, you don't think he should have trusted his defense at all?
I'm willing to bet the majority. The defense is a really good defense, but I'm willing to bet the majority of Browns fans at that time when they punted the ball go, oh boy, here we go. Man, I think a lot of people felt that way.
I did not think Carson Wentz was going to do that.
I did. I swear to God, yes. And the people I ended up, because we had to go to the Woolly Bear yesterday, so I listened to part of the game to watch it back yesterday, and I got to see the final 6 minutes. Unpaid testimonial, the Route 6 pub. They had a patio out there, right? And I'm walking with Axel and his buddy. I'm walking with Axel and Gavin, and I go, we got to stay right here. There's 5 minutes left to go in this game.
Yeah.
I got enough time to make the parade. I'm looking up here. We're just a block over. We'll be able to see the end of this. And I'm telling you right now, every Browns fan in that bar thought that they were going to go down and score. Every single person. I had boots on the ground in Vermilion, Ohio with real Browns fans, folks, and they were cheering and excited, and they threw the pass on 3rd and 11. A lot of people said, what the bleep are you doing? And then when they went to punt it away, it was basically, oh, here we go. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, maybe that's the difference is, like, I feel like I've been fully invested in watching Carson Wentz for, the better part of 8 years now.
Yeah.
And maybe those were more casual fans or like more Browns first and nobody else fans. Because I didn't think Carson Wentz at this stage of his career had that in him.
Yeah, we used to fight. So there's an interest in that.
I thought Myles Garrett would get home once, or I thought Denzel Ward would make a play.
They did. You think about what they did. They got turnovers yesterday. They got sacks in the second half yesterday. They did what they were supposed to do. So I'm not trying to don't get this mixed up or anything. And I know you're not. I just want to make sure everybody's abundantly clear. It ain't about me trying to put anything on the defense. It's like, how much more do you have to ask of them? You did not take care of your team. You didn't manage it. That's my issue. That's my whole issue with Kevin. You can call anything you want to about the plays and whatever was called earlier in the game, or how it's not a fun offense, or I don't think they necessarily have the horses to have a fun offense, but whatever. So you have this team that doesn't have that great of an offense. All right, I knew that going in. But you didn't do anything to take care of your entire team. You didn't manage the game. 3rd and 11 and going for it like that, that's an offensive coordinator trying to amass yards, trying to get it for us. Or if you are trying to manage the game, then that's a desperate move. What you were failing to do on 1st and 2nd down, which was to get positive yardage on 1st and 2nd down, because they knew you were going to run. And so when you decided to do that, then you freaked out and you threw it. So you could have taken away one more timeout that would have just put a little bit more pressure on what they were doing. Or you could have ran it down even more if they weren't going to take that timeout. And you could have done that. That's very possible as well. Either way, you cost yourself, because there's 25 seconds left to go when they score the touchdown, right? Was it 25? There's 25 seconds. Now, it's not lost on me that the management would have been differently from Kevin O'Connell. He would have managed it differently had he had less time. I understand that completely. But it would have been nice to put more pressure on Carson Wentz, a guy who you have no faith in. See, that's why I can't let him out of it. I can't let him out of it today. I'm sorry. The loss is on Kevin. The loss is on Kevin. Dylan Gabriel did as good as what a career backup's going to do. No offense to him. Hope I'm wrong. Fine young man. He did as well as what a career backup you're going to hope he's going to be able to do. Your offensive line, they somehow were missing 3/5 of their offensive line, and they kind of had us in trouble there at the beginning of that football game. But you're still up 17-14. You had that chance. You did not protect to do the best interest of your football team and manage the game the way you're supposed to be known to manage the game. No, it's on you. It's on Kevin. And in this situation, you can't have it, because there has been very many convenient excuses for us pro-Kevin guys over these last years where, well, this player was picked by Andrew, or that player was picked by the ownership, or whatever you want to say. No. Now, this is on him. This is on him. And for the Kevin truthers out there, I'm sure it's music to your ears. I'm sure you've been like, where have you been the last umpteen years? Okay, fine. There's been games I've put on him before, but this one, this is abundantly crystal clear right there. Your decisions before dictated that you do not make that decision there. It's nonsensical, because even after you say it like you had no faith in Carson Wentz, that's great. I would have given him less time. I would have put more pressure on him in that sense. to, hey, go down and lead it against this defense. Go down.
Well, yeah, they just would have ran the ball on third down. How many less seconds?
Instead, you start the drive with 3 minutes.
Urgency then.
Over 3 minutes and 2 timeouts? Good God, you might as well put 15 back up on the clock. 216-474-0092. There was zero pressure because you freaked out and you tried to have a quarterback who you did not ask to do this the entire game complete a tough pass that you would only give right now in the NFL. The quarterback plays so damn bad. Maybe 5 guys who you would be able to say, that guy'd be able to complete that. That guy'd be able to get us a first down on 3rd and 11 after we ran and burned them on 2 timeouts. There's a handful of guys, and that's it. And Dylan Gabriel ain't that handful.